Hello Internet! This is my video outlining how I'm going to surround and insulate this 100-gallon water trough. So we have a farm up here in Michigan. Horses are outside all year round, and this is where they drink from. Now the problem is in the winter, we fill this thing with water and we throw in a 1500 watt electric heater, which makes my electric bill outrageously stupid, and that sucks. So I figured, let's surround this thing with a wood enclosure and insulate the walls with this closed cell foam, which if it gets wet, it doesn't soak up the water. Alright, so now I've started the base construction. In order to figure out what my footprint was, I took the 100-gallon trough, flipped it upside down. Maybe it's hard to see, but I took just a construction pencil and drew the outline of the oval on these 3 pieces of plywood. And then, figuring that my walls would be 2x4s on their side, I needed about 3.5 inches around this. I took some 2x4s and did the same thing, slapped them against the edge here and drew the other edge of the 2x4 here on each side and on the ends. Now I'm a little shy, so I'll have to readjust, but in the front I decided to cut the corner off because horses are stupid and I don't want them to get hurt. So I can take away a sharp edge on the front side at least to keep them from injuring themselves. Now through the power of the internet, ta-da, there's my base. It's just made out of 2x4s and some 4x6s I had laying around the farm. Okay, so now I cut everything to size. Basically what I did was I placed the wood on the ground, put the frame on top, and drew an outline of where things needed to be. Sorry about all the focusing in and out. Okay, I got my base constructed, I got the plywood cut to shape and screwed down, and I started on my walls. So the back wall, very simple, 2x4s with a 1/2 inch plywood there, all screwed around the perimeter to give it some structure. And now the reason that I'm using, brown, blue, brown plywood here is just because that's what I had on hand. So I'm just trying to make it work to save some money. Okay, I got my frame finished up. Well, most of it anyways. I'm missing a door, but it's like 9:30 and 7 degrees, so that's what you get. So this guy's hinged and it opens, voila, which allows you to pull out the trough in case you need to dump it and clean it. So that's kind of how that looks on an overall side. Now I had to make the door kind of goofy because I decided to pull this corner off for safety reasons for the horses. And but that's just on the front. On the back side it's square, and I used 3/4 inch plywood on each corner to more or less gusset and then surround tightly against the top of the oval of the trough. Hopefully that'll help seal it somewhat from the elements when the horses are drinking out of it. You're never going to seal this thing 100% during the day, but I plan on putting a lid on the top so that at night, and the lid will be insulated when the heater's going at night, or at least it'll hold the heat that's in the water, and hopefully it will require less electricity to heat it up and break the ice in the morning. Now a couple of things to note. Where I have my hinge, and right now I only have one on, I decided to bulk it up. So most of the surrounding structure is made from 2x4s, but I made where the hinge goes, just because of the size of the hinge, I used a 4x4 I had and some 2x6 scrap. So that kind of makes it a little more strong. And once I get 2 hinges on there, this should move in and out nice and smooth.